Yes, yes, good people. We are now here, my good
Yes, sir.
people.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Life and Times of Troy Hendrix. Episode 2. We're here. I am one half of it. I am Hendrix, and that is Troy. Man, what's going on, man? Episode 2.
Man, like Usher said, man, we had to do it again.
We had to do it again. Y'all know we had to do it again.
Yeah, we had what 1, 2 weeks off. I don't know, man, but
We had a week off.
yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be back, man. You know, see the people, chop it up with my bro.
Absolutely, man.
We working out the kinks. We're gonna continue to get better. I mean, to get better. We holding these mics, man, but that's because we want a good presentation for the people that's gonna be listening.
And we
On the
working.
outlets, man. So make sure y'all subscribing to the page, Life and Times of Troy and Hendrix. We on Facebook, we on Instagram. Video be coming soon on YouTube. Just be
Definitely coming
patient with
soon.
us, man. Be patient with us.
Definitely coming soon. So, man, this is the second episode, and right now what we doing, we still creating a framework for how we're gonna go about doing things. Uh, But this segment of the show, this is about to be a staple.
Okay.
It's pretty much, man. How's your week going, man? I wanted we gonna do a little recap on how was your week, man, because it's it's important. You know what I'm saying, that as we go through things and as we go through things that we have a moment to reflect.
Mm,
It's very biblical. That's kind of why I kind of really wanted to go this route. But it says in the Bible that when Job's friends saw him, that they sat and said nothing for 7 days. So I'm asking you how your week or whatever, because you need to know that it's somebody that's willing to listen to your issues. It's somebody that's willing to let you get off or let you vent. So how was your week? Number one, what did you get out of the week? Or what did the week get out of you? Because if we talk about these things, we can at least put it in the atmosphere. Whatever things were good, we know we can carry those on to the next week. Whatever things were bad, we can reflect and say, "Hey, let's fuck my week up." So let's try not to take it to the next week. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the first time, man. How's your week? How was your week last week?
man, you know me. I'm gonna always push the positivity, man.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
always looking at getting better. It was a hell of a week for me. A great week. Outside of just working too much, but that's all we got to do.
Right.
Paying my dues. But great week. Had worked, was able to spend time with the children. Do things like that. But now I feel like the week is coming to completion because now I'll be able to spend time on the pod. You know what I'm saying? But I also had a great week because I get to talk my stuff. For people
Absolutely.
who don't know, we got
Oh
a bet
man,
going on about the Warriors, man, and they've been lighting it up. So
I'm
this
looking
guy
pretty
about to
bad.
owe me again, pretty soon.
I'm
But
looking pretty bad,
hell
y'all.
of a week, man. And like I said, it's just a great week now because I get to be in front of you guys, man. And whenever you're doing something you love, man, you know, it can't do nothing but be great.
Yeah. Uh, so moving forward with that, what did you get out of the week, man? What's one thing when you look at the week that you can say, hey, this is what I got out of it, or in the whole week, what did the week get out of you? If it was that way.
Shoot, Ford definitely got hours out of
Oh
me.
man,
But what I did get out of the week, was determination.
absolutely,
We getting towards the stretch end of the year. So I know
absolutely.
we're gonna have some time coming off. So just looking forward to being able to know, I'm about to spend time with my family. It's a great time when you during the holiday season, man. You get to see the people you don't always get to see all the time on an everyday basis. So that's what I got out the week. The job got hours out of me, but
Oh
I
man,
know I got that comfort knowing that I'm about to be around family, which is
uh,
even better.
that's good, man. As far as how did my week go, I guess I asked myself. You couldn't beat me to the punch.
Oh, my bad.
It's cool, man.
Going forward, how was your week, Hendrix?
I appreciate that, man. Glad you said the name so that the world can hear it. But my week was rough, man. My
All
week
right,
was real rough
we can work on getting
emotionally.
that better.
My week was real rough emotionally. Parenting can bring its own issues,
Mm, I'm
and
familiar.
so
I'm familiar.
um, it was a real very rough week from that regard. But I think you hit it right on the head as far as just being determined. Um, even the stuff with this podcast and us just shooting the podcast tonight, like if I, I'm gonna say I'm proud of you, but I'm proud of myself, man, because I know that we've been working. I know that I've been working hard, and for us to be here at this moment, we got our own studio. It is about progression, but we taking great strides. You know, the people will see. Last time we didn't even have a setup.
Most
This
definitely.
setup is getting a little better, and we just gonna keep getting a little better, and we're really gonna have something. I told you, man. I'm gonna make this into a Ford, and I mean that. I am gonna make this into a Ford.
Nah,
Um,
man, I feel you, man. Like I said, hats off to whoever listening, who's ever going to catch us on streaming outlets. But just want to give a round of applause, flowers off to this man. He's been working hard, setting up the studio. He's been learning his board. He just told me all I had to do was show up. I'm gonna help balance him out with that, so he don't carry too much on this play. But
I appreciate
that's
that.
the week, man. On top of us having our weeks and we dealing with, there's been a lot going on in the world, entertainment, sports wise, and of course, man, what got us on Wednesday is that news about young Dolph, man, which was
Oh
really
man.
unfortunate. Being gunned down in Memphis, Tennessee. People know, I think the story was he was picking up cookies from a place called Makita's.
Mm,
And like I said, 36 years old, man. It's
too young.
very young to die, especially when you look at us. We're 32, so
Man.
that's our age range. And me knowing what I have now, knowing that I have children, the things that I'm looking forward to, the fact that he won't be able to live out that part of his life, it's really disheartening.
Yeah.
And but he was a street guy. He's not I would say you know a stranger to the beef. He's been
Yeah.
shot before, in critical condition. He has songs documenting about how he's been shot at 100 times, riding around in a bulletproof car. Just what you think about the situation, your thoughts on it.
I think that when you listen to those songs and like we're gonna touch up on it. We got a clip. I mean, he got bangers. Um, but we're really struck a chord with me, and I think I've really started feeling this way just after my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
After what I mean, when you turn 30, I think every man just out of humanity alone, you get a little bit more emotional.
Mm,
You
I
know, so
understand that.
so just for the mere fact that I'm 32 years old, just to see another black man, let's not even take about the success, just like the word that we keep saying. I'm gonna just roll with it. Another determined black individual. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? A resilient black individual to just be taken and to see all of the love and all of the people. I got a good friend that stays in Chicago by the name of Duff. Just I'm talking about guys that are like in their mid 30s, like
Mm-hmm.
messed up, kind of like how we were about Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
because
that
I didn't even know that he's from Chicago.
yeah,
Moved out to Memphis, and a little known fact, according to Variety .com and the famous magazine. They
right.
said he was actually related to Juice World,
Oh man,
who passed away unfortunately in 2019.
wow.
So, like I said, it's crazy how things come full circle, and the 6 degrees of separation we're all separated by. But like I said, I just look at it. What I see is the outrage, but I also hear the things where people like, it seemed like they're shocked that these rappers keep passing.
Yeah,
It's been going on for years, but I think lately it's been sticking out more because it is social media, going all the way back to Nipsey
yeah,
in 2019, Pop Smoke, even looking at XX Tentacion, King Von even last year. And
yeah.
it's like these guys,
But
they should keep, is my thing is the element that people need to realize that even though that there are celebrities, I think sometimes feel like they can't get touched.
right.
And they have to remember that you're still in that streets. You
Yeah,
played in that game. And the streets don't have no clock out. It ain't no, all right, I don't want to be street now. And like I said,
right.
to him, he probably got to be thinking, damn, of course I've been driving around in a bulletproof car, but I can't even get no damn cookies.
Yeah. I
That's the
just
part. Like, damn, I
they
really can't even walk and get some cookies in daylight
they they,
without it being on.
they shot that man while he was going to get some cookies, and I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we don't know.
Yeah,
Like I
we
said,
don't know.
it's just your heart goes out to Um, a guy that had influence on not just, you know what I'm saying, on his fans, not just on women, not just on the block. It's just amazing when you see people like this get taken from us and they have influence on men,
Yeah,
on black men. Like it's crazy. His car was known for being rap, you know. And I just will hear so many people in Chicago talking about like, man, when the summer come, I'm getting my car wrapped, and it's just to have so much influence to see what he was about. You know, him, Nipsey, they give off vibes of each other because they were two people that got it out the mud. They were independent. They didn't use an engine to push them, and they were made men. And just to see them now, one taking at 33, one taking at 36, 2 years from, I mean, 2 years apart from each other. You just have to pause and really the first thing, I mean, you just have to say is, what in the hell is going on to where people is getting shot at at cookie stores? You know what I'm saying? Broad day.
that's
It's
what I was.
really just the lack of no
That's what.
code at all. It's like
Yeah,
we don't even have a code anymore. We'll just do anything.
yeah. I was just saying that there's no clock out, and that's why I want us to get to it. It's always been a street things going on, so we're not gonna act like it's a part of the culture. But I just want like us to get to just value in life. I think if these guys really got down to the problem of where everything originated, I don't know all the beef. I'm not about to say I keep up with it, but end of the day, when you realize lives are being taken and we realize what we was beefing over, was it really worth it?
Right.
These guys are not even getting ready. Charlemagne had mentioned a point about Nipsey when he died, and he was like, I would have loved to see what that guy was going to be when he was 50.
Yeah.
The things that he could have been in place. You know, looking at guys like now, look at Ice Cube. Imagine if Ice Cube was taken away in his heyday.
That would be rough.
Look at everything that's come after him. Will Smith, rappers from our past that's, going to things. Another one, 50 Cent. There's no power. There's no
Take it.
all that he's done created for himself in his mid 40s, pushing into his 50s, if that attempt on his life actually went through the first time.
If one of those bullets out of those nine actually have been successful.
Yeah,
Correct.
so like I said, we don't like it. We probably won't be the last, but as we go forward, man, just black men, people in general, let's just really work on valuing each other. We got lot of life to live. I want to see everybody be their best selves, and then two, don't take no day for granted.
Don't take no day for granted.
Value it. So,
And number three,
yeah,
if we can, I think all of these people, especially when they pass, but people who get roses, most of the time they get them. 100% of the time they get them. Or I say, I'll be real. About 90% of the time they get them. They get them because they were real individuals and they were real to themselves. And they were who they were. And they tried to just be them.
yeah,
We're gonna go to the next subject, but if I don't leave y'all with anything on this young Dolph thing, his life is really appreciated because he was who he was. So I want everybody to always remember to always be you. And there's just a couple people I'm gonna name, but if Job wasn't Job, we don't learn how it is to be humble and to be rich. If Paul isn't Paul, it's a half of the whole New Testament, 13 books that never even come about. And if Jesus isn't Jesus, this world that we live in, this beautiful world of all these people, is just nothing but a lost world because him being him is what gave us all salvation. So if I don't say anything to everybody, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to really get we lost a legend, but we appreciate him so much because he was who he was. And we all need to be who we gonna be. So let's roll to this next clip, man, of when he was at Jackson State.
yeah. Early in this year, man, he went up to Jackson State. Shout out to what Deion Sanders is building down there. Those guys actually won the day, 10-1. Only
Man,
loss came to a Division 1 team, but he was in the locker room, and I just want the people to remember him, giving back, celebrating with them after their win.
man, man.
Yeah, like I said, man, RP to Dolph, man. Salute, and we thank you for your life, soldier. Uh, moving on, there was a lot going on in the week that we can attest to this being men, having children,
Right.
men in relationships, but what was going on with the baby, and I think
Oh
I
my
heard her name
God.
is Danny Lay, man. But what do you think about that situation? For people to set it up, he went live late at night. I guess they have been getting into it. He's recording. His situation is pretty much about. I guess they was acting all ruly in there, and he was just ready for it to go. There's allegedly, I guess he was trying to put her, send her to a hotel.
Wow.
She like, nah, she lived there and getting put out at 3 in the morning. And then, it's alleged about calling her side piece, all that. But my thing is, I don't really care about the drama. I
Right.
just more so want to use his situation as to who's at fault and was he cool to move the way he did? The recording and just putting his whole business out there like that. What do you think about that? And to set it up, this is an individual who's 29 and will be 30 next month.
Right.
But what do you think about that? Just you as a man, as a father who has had disagreements possibly with,
Right.
you know,
I think that I mean it's just I gotta say it the way I want to say it, man.
yeah,
It's clown shit.
yeah,
It's
facts,
just really clown shit
facts.
because um
What about quick? Because niggas gonna probably be like, oh, you want to take the girl's side, you a simp, you just want to ride for her. What if she was doing this to that nigga, man? Well, I'm gonna say this quick.
Politically correct. Fuck y'all niggas. I don't.
I don't like that.
Jesus Christ.
Man up is weak. There's a way as a man that you have to control the situation. And I know I
100%.
cut you off, but it just pissed me off.
Go ahead.
Control your brand, control your bag. One, you're going to put your information out there, your business. And then two, your child is still with her, bro.
Yeah.
A cat like me, I'm just leaving. And then I'm gonna resolve it. And if I got that type of money and she's not acting right, then I'm gonna get my lawyers involved. And
Right.
we gonna go that way. But I am not about to turn up on a chick, provoke her, call her side pieces all in my crib, where she can possibly ruin and break my stuff. You get what I'm saying? The cops all involved. I'm leaving. I'm not dealing with that drama because the last thing I need is that attached to my brand. You get what I'm saying? And can possibly prevent me. You get put in certain situations. You don't know how people gonna react. So some person gotta have the cooler head. What you think?
Um like I said, it was clown shit because I think every situation, especially when you're talking about, you know, people who have children with each other, it's never easy. Um there's always friction and resistance. There just is. I mean, it's two people that were one, at least in the instance, and then you formed one being. So it's always going to have its challenges. But what I know, just in my experiences, is that the situation always gets worse when the guy does something.
Facts.
So whether I wanted to paint a picture and say that she was wrong, she shouldn't have did this, I'm just looking at everything in my life. It doesn't even matter what I mean, what was said to me. But once I respond, then that's when everything goes left or everything is at an extreme now. So he was wrong merely off the fact that he put it on IG
Yeah,
Live,
I'm not putting
and
my
then you want
business
to
out
be
there.
like, first off, you put it on IG Live for the world to see. You put it on IG Live for at one point in time this to be a clip for when y'all child grow up. That person is going to see it. And then number two, like all of the name calling and stuff, that that
I need to
that shit was real childish and it was just clown like.
Yeah, like I said,
It was
these
real
are
clown like.
it's an individual. I think she's 26, he's 30, man. Just when the hell do we just grow up? And like I said, no way is he a representation of all people.
Not at
Like I
all.
said, I'm just using this instance of younger people coming behind us, how I would like for us to act. I'm not saying I'll always move things in the right way, but quit embarrassing yourself, man. And then, like I said, too, I think it came from she had some battery charges put on her. Like I said, it's not the first woman who's got unruly, it won't be the last, but another thing, man, cats out there, we got to quit selling dreams. Like, I'm all about men being accountable. I want, eventually we will have women come on. We're going to get into this relationship type stuff. Because I see stuff people blaming her like, well, she didn't have to settle with him. That's
Right.
true. You know, she knew
Right.
he had other babies. She knew how he get down. But I'm
Facts.
just saying, for us men, for us to have our peace in our life, let's be honest with these women. If we not about to be with them, if we see them as side pieces, let them know. Most of the time, if you tell the truth, you put the ball in their court, and they gonna decide what to do. But it's a certain selfishness when you want to hold on to someone and you want them to just operate within your whim and operate within your realm, and it ain't cool, man. Allow someone to have that freedom.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think, just touching back on what you were saying, like the moral responsibility of every situation when it deals with the male and the female is always with the male,
Hmm.
because 8 times out of 10 the male is the one to where if it's an extreme or a worst case scenario can either protect or defend.
Facts.
So that's why we just got to move at a better place, man. I mean, and to what you touched on, he's about to be 29 years old.
About to be
I mean, he's
30.
about to be 30, 29 years old. We as men, we got to really understand that when you're grown and you do crazy stuff, you don't get a pass.
Oh, for
You
free.
don't you don't get a pass. When you do dumb shit, you don't get a pass. When I was 20 years old, I wound up getting into some legal issues, disturbing the peace charge. No problem. But I wound up uh, getting it off my record just because of my age, because I was under 21.
Facts.
When I got into legal issues at 26, it was a different story. It was a different story. So you being an adult,
Yeah,
when you stand in front of a judge, or
they're not gonna care.
there no one is going to care because you have had enough time on this planet to do the right thing.
And that's one thing I try to preach to my boys. Once you get out there in the world, no one's gonna care. They're not gonna care if your buttons was pushed. They're not gonna care if she did this. They're not gonna care if they did that. They gonna care that you didn't control the situation and you went off on the deep end. And sometimes, more often than not, some situations we getting the short end of the stick, so we can't even afford to really even push it that way, man. But like I said, that's the baby. That's Danny Lay. We hope everything get better for them. We
Yeah.
hope they learn from it. End of the day, man, we just don't need to see that. Keep y'all business off online, and that's people, regular people. That's not celebrities. Everybody don't need to be knowing y'all problems and knowing what's going on, because that's something for y'all to deal with. Because everybody, all they gonna do is just be sitting back getting the laughs on. No one is gonna care. You get what I'm saying? And then I would say too, I'm a huge proponent and supporter of therapy. We're a broken people, and we need to really get into our mental and repairing it. Stop making it taboo.
I'm just saying, if if there ever was a time, and it's I'm not even really trying to get into all of that because I'm not even with all of it as far as the canceling. But yeah, I get that you wanted to cancel him for his remarks, but he used a breakup on IG Live to try to promote an album or to try to promote a song. If y'all gonna cancel him for something, I'm just saying this is a reason to do it, because this is just clown shit. I
Man,
can't say it no other way.
already.
Anytime you got to try to make yourself look better than a person when you're already doing, when you have fans, when you are a celebrity, you a clown. And anytime you a guy that's trying to stunt on a female, you're even more of a clown.
Yeah, man, and we got daughters as well. And I
Yeah.
know Danny Lay. I know she had a bubbling single out in 2019. Had some stuff popping. Had the song with Chris Brown, and y'all women too. Know y'all worth as well. We're not trying to come out like some Steve Harvey, Derek Jackson type niggas.
No, because I
We
am
just
not
saying, hey
perfect.
man, it
Far
needs
from
to
it.
be objectivity, and it needs to be
Far.
balanced. And we are men that have daughters as well. And I want my daughters to make the best decision, but I want them to know their worth.
Yeah.
And I don't want them coming out here being in a situation where they got to be disrespected like that. And if they are in that situation, I just don't want the world to know. And that's my final thoughts.
That is that is how we'll wrap that up. Moving forward, man, what I do not want to talk about, and I'm very, very pissed to be
We gonna
talking
talk
about,
about it.
we are gonna talk about the NBA, man, just real quick. And we want to go into it about like
Shoot.
is it too early?
Is it too early for what? Say it.
Is it
They
is
not
it
getting it
too
out.
early
To what?
to write people off? Is it too early
to
too
crown people.
is it too early to say that this team or that team
Say what team? I want you to
is a
say it. Quit beating
contender?
around the bush. Say what team.
And last but not least, is
Is
it
it too
too
early?
early to say that the Golden State Warriors are going to be better?
That the Golden State Warriors.
That the Golden State Warriors, that the Steph Curry led Golden State Warriors, that have the guy that is right now playing like a unanimous MVP candidate. I'm gonna do it the right way.
Again, unanimous. Again,
Is it too early to say that the Golden State Warriors that the Golden State Warriors are washed? I mean, are crowned? Should we crown them this early? And is it too early to say that my Los Angeles Lakers are washed? And at this point, and then I don't even know if they're gonna make the playoffs. But is it too early to say that they're not gonna win it?
well, I'll start with the Warriors. All I'm gonna tell people, man, is we've seen this before, and I don't know why y'all acting shocked. Healthy Draymond, healthy Steph, put them around competent players. That equals success in the NBA, long playoff runs, contenders, MVP conversation. He was an MVP last year.
Is that last
No,
one? Okay.
he was an MVP conversation last year, and he did everything he could to will that team to the bubble. Unfortunately, they lost. The NBA put in the play in. Hey, people want to say he didn't show up. He had at least 35 in both those games. Hey, a L is a L. But they're coming back this year with such tenacity, and it's like they want to put the NBA on notice. I listened to all the shows. I watched everybody talk all that stuff for the last 2 years. The Warriors done. People talking about Steph will never be able to reach that level. Steph need to leave.
This is bullshit.
And what's crazy is you know, to juxtapose them with the Lakers,
I'm sick. I gotta
the
listen to
team
this
that
shit
they're
right now.
saying that supposed to be winning. Ironically, people still holding them as title favorites after we seen them get their ass kicked almost like on an every other night basis.
I'm sick about this.
I'm just like, man, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say it's not early for the Warriors. They're a contender. They're in the mix along with the Suns,
The Suns are
Heat,
strong right now. They riding the wave.
Bulls, Nets,
I
other
like the
teams.
Bulls.
But the
I like the
Lakers,
Bulls.
I would say, we got to give it some time. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a washed team, and what I'm saying is, it's not even
I
about.
gotta jump in first before we go to the Lakers, man. Real quick. Um, the Chicago Bulls,
Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan. I saw a meme and it's so true, but it was a meme, uh, and it kind of was talking about. I mean, the meme showed it was like if DeMar DeRozan when LeBron James isn't in the Western Conference, and then
oh yeah, how he playing in the
and it was a
East?
picture of of Michael Jordan.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
hilarious.
I was just like, I'm like, but he's really playing like that because when they played the Lakers, I'm talking
We're
about
gonna get it to him,
he went to another
'cause
he went to another level.
yeah, we're gonna talk about the other things we seeing. But the Warriors, like I said, the Warriors are the Warriors. They've been doing that. I want to talk about the Lakers because I
Yes.
want to see how everyone was blinded. I want to see how everyone thought Russ was going to fit. I want to know how everybody thought that defense was going to be all right when they signed in everybody in the NBA over 35
Yeah.
and almost pushing 40. They got a team that would have probably been the best team on NBA 2K14.
Wow.
I'm just saying, why is everyone acting shocked? And why do they think that this will be, why do they think this will be fixed?
Well, I think a lot of us are shocked. I'm shocked, even though in my heart I wanted us to get Buddy Hill, and I know we're just paying for that right now. But I was shocked because you look at the firepower. You look at what Russ has done on the Rockets, what he's done on the Wizards, what he's done for OKC, and you're just like, hey,
Again, right though, but those
uh,
are teams that you felt were built around them, though, right?
100%. But you just think that as far as utilization and what we're gonna get with like the type of work that we could possibly get. No, this team isn't built around him, but I'm thinking, hey, if we get Russ, I could put him down for 28 and 8. You know what I'm saying? I'm
20, 10, and 10.
really 20, 10 to 10, but I'm just thinking with the Lakers. So you think what Russ is gonna do? He's gonna bring. I mean, he's gonna bring intensity. You can put him with the second unit. Then you look at uh, Malik Monk and Kendrick Nunn. Nunn was a starter. I'm thinking, yeah, he was sick, but maybe he's ready to take a step
And he
with
hasn't
the
played
Lakers,
yet.
and he's got something to play for. Malik Monk, they're both on 1 year deals. Malik at one point was a starter for Charlotte, and I was just thinking, hey, both of these guys are on 1 year deals. They're gonna play for us. AD put on more weight. LeBron is going to be LeBron, and just whatever I thought is really not what the fuck is going on because it looks terrible. Like
See,
they're getting blasted. They
my
lost
problem,
by
yeah,
20 last night
yeah,
to a team that's barely in the playoff hunt.
yeah.
Like
Lost to
barely.
OKC twice. My thing is this: it shouldn't even be about LeBron. They should not even have to depend on him. He should have been able to coast because he has, he's still playing well and really turn up in the playoffs. But the fact that my thing is when you're struggling with bad teams,
Yeah,
that's a real bad recipe of saying how your season gonna go. And it reminds me of that 2012, 2013 Lakers.
correct.
They had Nash and Dwight. Kobe pretty much had to be superhuman second half of the schedule for them just to get in the playoffs. And that team was only like 42 and 40. It was a 500 team. Shout out to my guy Trevor Coleman.
Man.
He be on my in the Facebook group that I'm in, Sports OT. Shout out to you guys. I lost a lot of bets to him, but he said coming into this season, he felt like this Lakers team would be more like that team. And you want to know what's ironic? That Lakers team didn't win a game in the preseason. This team didn't either. And both their seasons are going the same, starting off with injuries. Steve Nash got injured beginning of the season. The White's coming back off an injury. And then you look at LeBron missing his time, Ariza, Mash unit. You get what I'm saying? I'm just not liking what I'm seeing.
Okay, so let's ask a better question, man. Right now, you got for sure. I know you locked and loaded. You got Golden State coming out the West.
Yeah, I felt
Um,
like that coming into this season. I felt Warriors Nets.
I
I'm really
want to
happy.
know I want to know your team that you got coming out of the East, and then you know no, I just want to know your team that you got coming out the East. That's gonna be the best matchup for Golden State. You think?
The team I'm want to see them play against more is the Bucks.
Absolutely.
I just feel like Giannis at his peak. You saw what he did to the Lakers the other night, 47. That's the only one I'm like afraid of. I want to see the Bucks at full strength. I really feel like they had a long playoff run, so they get into their stride. They didn't have Middleton. That's the only team I'm really scared of, or really want to see how the Warriors match up with when they play them.
Okay. Uh, I'm not gonna jump off the bandwagon.
No, I don't.
I'm going.
It's
I'm a
still
roll.
early for you guys. They're just 8-8, 8-9, I think. But, it's still early.
Uh, you know, I'm gonna be a LeBron fan, man. I'm rolling with us. I'm rolling with Beijing Bron. You
He
know,
def rocking the Beijing.
I'm
They the
rolling with him.
Beijing All Stars, man.
I'm rolling with Beijing Bron. But right now, we just not looking good.
Just
And
some quick hitters though, man. What's some other things you liking from the NBA? You touched on DeRozan. Anyone else you
the
liking?
DeRozan is looking Kobe like. Um,
Ooh, Kobe. Shout out to Bean.
Ja look like he ready to
He
play this
better
year.
be an All Star this year. He should have
Definitely
been
ready to
one his
play.
rookie season. Shout out to Ja Morant. This is
Uh,
his time.
shoot. I mean, my heart goes out to KD right now. Just quick thoughts. Uh,
I hope Kyrie come back, man.
I think that I think Jalen Green is a pretty good talent.
For Houston.
Everything is open as far as I think with the it's between them two. Cade is showing he shows flashes of just really being able to control the team. But I like what I'm seeing out the NBA, man. I'm seeing great basketball. I'm seeing
There's a lot of parity this
it's a
season.
lot of parity.
You
It's
know,
way more competitive than we used to. I'm seeing, but I like that I'm seeing some people struggle because I want to see how they recover. Recover. Damian Lillard is struggling right now. Harden hasn't seemed to really find his full swing. So it's a young season. Is not gonna count anybody out, but it's still good stuff for us to see. Got some interesting games coming up on Christmas. I can't wait to see those. So
yeah, that's kind of when the season take off anyway. It's must see TV. It's kind of getting towards the end of the NFL season. College is wrapping up, and then the NBA is thrusted into the spotlight. So, those are quick thoughts on the NBA season. If it's too early or not, I'm a diehard Warrior fan, and I just know when my guys are healthy in attack mode, I'm expected to see finals appearances. and I'm expected to see finals. So, you know, we got the team coming back, man. But
We'll see y'all in the Western Conference Finals, and we'll see how y'all
y'all
talking then.
definitely will be watching us in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if y'all will be there, but y'all definitely will be watching us. And you know, wrap up on our last topic. You know, you brought it up. He's a guy born the same year as we were.
Absolutely.
You know,
And
I
I
like
think they
seeing.
say I think they say he from Atlanta, Georgia.
Ah man, you know, you just bring him in, man. Bring him
Oh
in.
man,
You brought it up.
this guy, I can't even bring it in, man. I just got to play the clip, and we're gonna talk about it afterwards. This guy's went through a lot for the last 2 years, as far as people having their name in his mouth and being heavily criticized for the stuff that he was doing, man. But I got to play the clip. Y'all know I'm talking about Cam Newton. I'm back.
Back in Carolina.
Just 3 days ago, McCaffrey split out wide to the right. Newton takes the snap, and he is in for a Panthers touchdown.
Man, yes he
Yes, he is. Wow.
is. Man, if y'all didn't hear us, my bad for the people who are watching on
Man,
Facebook. When we had these pauses, it's just so the people online who listen on the streaming, they can listen to the clips that we have inserted. Going in the future, y'all be able to hear things like this. But we're talking about Cam Newton,
right.
and you know, it's a sports topic. One, I will say I owe him an apology because I was
Wow.
trying to just say he was washed, he was done. But my thing is, I'm just happy to see anybody that goes out and live their dream and can go out on a term. He said all he wanted was a shot, an opportunity. He did that, got the 2 touchdowns. And like I said, I was so happy for him. But even though it's sports, I want to make it look at it from a real life situation. He went back to a place that sort of ended on bad terms.
Wow.
So, what do you think about that? Just going back to a place where you had success, the divorce or separation was kind of rough, but then I think it's some humility being able to go back
Yeah.
there, and I think that's what on both sides,
I
on
think
both
timing
sides.
timing is really one of those things that this was just a great situation of
Mhm.
timing. First off, the NFL week was crazy,
Yeah,
just from the standpoint, in the same week you had Cam Newton go back to the Carolina Panthers, and in the same week you had Odell Beckham go to the LA Rams. Now that didn't work because they got smacked, but
yeah, yeah.
they definitely got to incorporate him. But for Cam, uh, to be released by a team to go to New England
Hmm.
to be playing well, showing. I mean, having some strides. I think the team was like 3-2 or 4-1 before he went and got before COVID.
Yep.
They were. I think they were one of those 3-2 or 4-1.
Yeah, they were playing. They
But
were
th-
playing
but
good.
they were playing good. He wasn't playing his best, but the team was winning. He comes back, and then it just didn't work. So he had to go through that. He gets released because from a business standpoint, if you're off the work that we're looking at, if you're not producing, but we have a rookie
Hmm.
that is being somewhat utilized as a tool.
That's
He's
the
giving us more
future already.
utilization.
Yeah, that's the future already.
They let him go.
And then he wasn't vaccinated. He's vaccinated now, so that caused him to miss the preseason as well,
But
which
what I
gave Mac his opportunity.
but what I liked about just looking at Cam's whole situation is he used the time
Mm.
right.
Yeah,
When
you hit it
people,
on the head.
when things don't always go people way, it goes back to that word that we was talking about as far as being determined.
Yeah.
You know, to still be chasing something. This guy had to wait, 2 years just to come back home, and this is going to be a good fit because, like I said, timing is everything. He needed the opportunity to come back. Carolina is in the playoff hunt. They're number 7 right now, and the coaching staff, the organization, they need Cam. I listened to an interview. This is way bigger than just football. Cam's thought process is he was listening to an interview. He wants to get 50 people that have never been to um, a Carolina game, and he wants them. He's giving out tickets, just a small 50 or whatever. But it's just to, as he says, reclaim Bank of America arena. Like you need people like that are infectious. That all they have to do is bring a high level of energy. That's what I pride myself with at work. I may not always know the X's and O's, and it may take me a minute to learn the nuances of a job, but I'm gonna bring a level of energy that's going to raise the morale. And his energy has just raised that morale, and they're in the hunt, and he deserves it. I'm glad to be able to look at this story like this because you touched on it at the beginning of the episode. This is one determined individual. He was determined.
And I say too, what I just liked from him was you didn't see really any bitterness.
Yeah,
He kept working. Like he has a YouTube channel, and what you saw was he had some time away from the game, and he was just living his life.
and still
And
working out.
sometimes, yeah, he was definitely working out, but you saw him spending time with his children. You saw him go back to Auburn, and
Did a he wound up doing a segment or a little or a show that's on YouTube. Video. He wound up doing a video with his dad. They got a lot of scrutiny,
yeah,
but now we can look back on it. I mean, shoot, that was good one-on-one time with pops. Like he really utilized
yeah, that's what I
his
said.
time
Like
well.
more so, it seemed like this time away, he was really, not being bitter, working on himself, and then just waited for the opportunity, being patient, because people like, oh, Jameis went down, they gonna call Cam. Injuries happen in Washington. We know he's gonna call Cam, and no one
Yeah,
was calling him.
nobody.
And the fact that, like I said, it was humility on both sides. That organization that cut you, they got to reach out to you, and then
Fact.
you willing to go back there to a place that was kind of saying you're not good enough.
Yeah,
So what I just want from people to see from the whole Cam Newton situation, just because a situation may have go down, may have been bad with someone, just give it some time, work on yourself, work on each other, and then you can possibly come back and recreate that magic you had. Basically, don't close doors and don't burn bridges because we all need each other. And that's what they was able to do with the Panthers organization and front office and with Cam as well.
hey man, it's no other way to end the episode other than the way you just did it. This is Troy. I am Hendrix of Troy and Hendrix. Episode 2, man. We out of here.
Signing off.